your name?
Elisha Bates.
And can you spell your full name?
Elasha. Last name Bates.
And Miss Bates, how old are you?
23.
And Miss Bates, are you working?
I do.
What do you do for a living?
I work from home as a loan processor.
And what type of loans do you process?
Insurance.
How long have you done that work?
About two years.
Did you go to school?
I went to school for cosmetology.
What about high school? Did you graduate?
Yes, ma'am, I graduated.
What school did you graduate from?
Loganville High School.
Okay. And do you know Mr. Miles Bryant?
Yes.
When did you first meet him?
5th grade, Hambrook Elementary School.
Pembroke Elementary School?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that here in Gwinnett County?
Yes. Or no, yes, I think. I don't know.
It's okay. You said in 5th grade. Were you guys friends in 5th grade?
Yes, the best of friends.
The best of friends, okay. And friends that went to each other's houses?
No,
Or just friends in school?
just friends in school.
Okay. How long were you guys friends from 5th grade to what grade?
11th grade.
So from all the way through middle school and then most of high school.
Yes.
And in 11th grade, what school were you in then?
11th grade, I transferred to Loganville High School from Berkmar High School.
Okay, so you did your freshman and sophomore years at Berkmar High School?
Yes, ma'am.
And was Mr. Bryant at Berkmar as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you guys in the same grade?
We were.
And you were still friends in high school?
Yes.
What happened when you transferred to Loganville? Were you still friends?
Barely. I barely talked to him.
Okay. When you say barely talk to him, how often do you think you talked to him after you left and went to Loganville?
If he reached out, but I wouldn't make initial contact with him.
What about after you graduated from Loganville High School? Were you talking to him then?
No.
And at some point, actually, did you talk to him, you think, during your senior year of high school?
If he would have reached out, but I didn't reach out to him, no.
Okay. And did you guys ever hang out after you moved?
No.
And at some point, after you graduated and moved on to Loganville, did you hear from Mr. Bryant again?
Yes, after graduating in 2019, he reached out to me.
Okay. And I know you said you were the best of friends. Did you all ever date?
No, he liked me in 5th grade. We never dated. He dated my best friend, Kishana.
You dated your best friend, Kishana? Yes. What's Kishana's last name?
Phillips.
And was Kishana Phillips, did she go to Berkmar with you all too?
Yes, until she moved to Archer.
Okay. Do you know what grades Mr. Bryant dated Kishana?
I believe it was freshman year, and they probably were still dating up until senior year.
Okay. But you never hung out with Mr. Bryant outside of school?
Not unless Kishana was there. We did a movie double date. To the movies, I brought my own date, and he brought her, and we all hung out, and after I went back to her house.
Okay. Back in September of 2022, do you remember reconnecting with Mr. Bryant?
Yes.
And in September of 2022, what were you doing with your life? Were you in school or working?
22, I was working 4 jobs.
4 jobs?
Yes.
Okay, tell us what jobs were you working then?
I worked at Taco Bell as a manager. I worked at Waffle House as a server. I worked at Publix as a stalker. And in my free time, I worked on Uber Eats. And I did hair, of course.
Of course. I don't know how you had time to do that, but okay. So you're working those 4 jobs, and you said you reconnected with them. Who initiated the contact to reconnect?
Miles reached out to me.
How did he reach out to you?
I believe it was Snapchat or text message. He reached out stating that he wanted to get back with Kishana, and he wanted to talk.
At that point, were you still friends with Kishana? You guys were still in touch?
We talked here and there, not like the best of friends, but we definitely still had each other's back.
And then in September of 2022, when Mr. Bryant reached back out to you, where were you living?
I was staying in Snellville at Annistown, off Annistown Road at Stone Creek on the Green.
Is that an apartment complex?
Yes, ma'am.
And that apartment complex in Snellville, is that here in Gwinnett County?
I think it's Gwinnett.
Okay. And you said he reached back out to you. Did you see him in person?
Yes, when he texted me, he stated that he wanted to talk to me and get advice about them rekindling their relationship. So he pulled up to my apartment complex.
The apartment on Annistone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We sat in the car and talked.
Okay. And when you sat in the car and talked, did at some point he come inside your apartment?
Yes, ma'am. It was getting late. I was going to go pick my boyfriend up, and he came inside to talk to me for a little bit before he left. He said he wanted to make sure I made it home safe, made it inside.
Okay. And let's talk about your apartment. Describe your apartment. Was it first floor, second floor, third floor?
My apartment was on the second floor.
Okay. And is it an apartment that had a door that went to the outside, or did you have to go inside a building to get to the door?
Outside.
Okay. And how do you get up to your apartment? Stairs or elevator?
Stairs.
Okay. You said he came into your apartment. How long do you think he was in your apartment?
Maybe an hour, if that. I felt uncomfortable.
Why'd you feel uncomfortable?
He was at my apartment and we were talking. He sat on the couch, but then he asked to use the bathroom. I watch a lot of TV shows, a lot of SUV and Criminal Minds. When he asked to use the bathroom, I opened my room door because it connects. I felt like he was going to go in there. Sure enough, as soon he didn't even use the bathroom. He opened the room door, starts to go in my room, looks around the closet. He was pushing on the walls, making sure it was sturdy.
What do you mean he was pushed on the walls?
Like the frame of the walls, like the door, he was pushing on it to see how strong it was.
Did he tell you that's why he was doing that?
No, he didn't ever say why. He did it on the front door as well.
Okay. And you said he went into your room. Where were you when he went into your room?
I was sitting on the kitchen counter. I was looking at my bank statements. I was a server, so I had like $500 in cash. The person I dated had only a Cash App account, so I asked Miles, could I give him the cash? And he transferred me the funds, which he agreed to.
So what do you mean? You asked him to transfer the funds. Explain why you did that.
Because I was a server. I didn't feel like running back out late to an ATM to deposit the money so that I could pay my rent. So I gave him cash and had him send me the funds, and then he left.
Okay, so he did that for you.
He said yes.
Sorry, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when he went into your bedroom, did you say anything to him?
Yes, I asked him what he was doing and why he was in there, and he was like, I'm just looking. It was weird.
Did you ask him to leave?
Yes, after he did that, I grabbed a knife and I had it like underneath my leg while he was in the house, just because I know he has that background. So if anything were to happen, I needed to be able to protect myself in the situation.
What background did you know he had?
I've been friends with him, like I said, since 5th grade. I knew that he took JROTC. He's been on plenty of trips and stuff like that with them. Then I knew that he had a military background and he's a cop.
After you hung out that time in September 2022, did you hear from him again?
Yes, he reached out multiple occasions. He kept calling me. He kept texting me, asking me to link. He asked me on an occasion about moonshine.
Okay. One moment. You said he reached back out to you. Was that via phone or text?
Text.
Okay, I'm showing you what's the mark that states 56. If you could take a moment and look at that document. Do you recognize that document?
Yes, ma'am.
And there are 3 pages that are stapled together and states 56. If you could look at all 3 of them. Are those text messages from your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that a true and accurate copy of screenshots of text from your phone between you and the defendant that you took?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time it's under states 56.
No objection.
Okay, states 56 is submitted without objection.
permission to publish page 56, Your Honor?
Ma'am, you have a computer right here, it's gonna come up, and there's one back there, so, but you can, either one is, and if there's water right here, if you'd like some water.
Yes. And if you could zoom in so she can read the text messages. And this is your phone, correct, Ms. Bates?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is the date on the first message?
September 12th of 2022.
Okay, and the blue, is that you or Mr. Bryant?
That's me.
Okay. Can you read the messages, starting with the date and what the messages say?
September 12th of 2022 is question mark. Miles responds, this Miles, my bad. I was seeing such because I was out. You working, which is on September 13th of 2022 at 1:34 p.m. I responded September 13th at 9:22 p.m. Need to, but no, I couldn't. And he said, I'm gonna pull up on you tomorrow if that looks. I said, no, I'll let you know. He said, okay. I never responded. He texted me again September 19th, 2022, 11:58. You up? The next day I responded at 7:33 a.m. Am now, you good?
Okay. Could you continue to the next page? And what is the date of the first message?
September 20th.
Okay, that's the one you just read. And what's the next one from? Mr.
September 20th at 4:24. He texted me and said, hey, are you free? I never responded. He texted again September 20th at 6 p.m. I have that software downloaded. Let me know what's up.
Do you know what software he was talking about?
He wanted me to let him get my ex's phone so that he could see if my ex was talking to other people. And I said that I didn't need to do all that. Like, who does that? Like, I would just leave if it's that serious.
Okay, so you didn't ask him for any software?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you can keep reading. What is the next one back in October?
October 15th at 8:05, link. I said, like, hang out, link. When people typically say link, it's like sexual. It's not like just to hang out. So,
okay. What did you respond?
I said I'm still on finishing an order. He said, bet, I'm finna be on that side. Let me know. I got this moonshine I want you to try. I said, oh, hell, laugh my fucking ass off, which is LMAFAO. Sorry.
Okay.
He said, nah, it's good. It's banana pudding. Trust me.
Okay.
December 10th at 11:40.
Next one, thank you.
He said, hey, just called to check on you. You good?
Okay. And was that the last message that you received?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if we could scroll to the top.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No, that's okay. You're fine.
Up top, what do you have Mr. Bryant saved in as your phone?
Miles the stalker with an axe and a hole.
Did you put that in there?
I sure did.
Why'd you put that in there?
Because he is stalking me and he's a weirdo.
Okay. We saw all those messages, him asking to hang out. After September 20th, the first day that you guys met up at your apartment, did you ever initiate any contact to hang out with him?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever go out with him? Or
Never called him, text him, none of that.
Just a moment.